Good morning, y'all. Oh my goodness, what? How we doing? How we doing?
Previously on Kimba TV.
Can we get nasty with it? Can we get nasty with it? Some people, I mean, it's not wrong to be, but some people were like took shorts here, and I was like, I mean, you can always put your stop loss at break even, so you can't lose, but theoretically that would be the best short, right? Now, if for some reason it's gonna just continue to build bad highs and not sweep, that's okay. We're gonna save that for later, okay? So that would get used as confluence for a long when we go down there. Oh, how we doing? Testnet, testnet. Anybody coping? Testnet. Who juicing? Who juicing? Do you agree that it still looks bullish for a potential 67 sweep? Yes. Well, so here's the data. Did it form a swing failure pattern? Yes. Is there a exaggerated bearish divergence? You see this? You see this? What is this? Go to closes. What is that? That's somewhat of a bearish div on the smaller time frame. You understand that? My question to you would be, have you been watching other bear divs? For example, this was almost a bear div, but invalidated, okay? How many bear divs actually work? So first things first, this is what you would do. The scenario is RSI bear div on 30-minute. Okay, do you have a CVD bear div? This, down. So you have a CVD bear div. Okay, you have a structural edge. Oops. So that's what you have right now. Observation. Okie dokie. Now, what you need to figure out is how many RSI bear divs on 30-minute worked. How many bear divs on when there's a 30-minute bear div on the RSI and a CVD bear div, how many of them actually work? And I'll give you a hint. On a bull run, bear divs are only created to be broken later. Okay? So this is what you would actually, like, this is what I would do. If I wanted to short this, I would have waited for that, right? And then what am I doing? If it really is a swing failure pattern, it cannot lose the golden pocket. Okay? So if I wanted to short, I wouldn't have shorted anything in here. I would have gotten filled here. If I wanted to short, guess what? These are bad. And what do you think the probability is? And I've been explaining the bad highs and the bad lows all week. I just did it all day yesterday. These were bad. And guess what? They got swept. So you factor in all of those things and you figure out, okay, so if there's an RSI bear div on the smaller time frame, a CVD bear div on the smaller time frame, but there's a bad high, what do I think is going to happen? And that is why, Rukiki, you don't close your whole thing right there. You let a little bit run because you need to see data. Just because it does a swing fail right there doesn't mean that it's actually Gucci. Do you know when the swing failure pattern is confirmed? When it makes a lower low. So has it made a lower low than this? The pivot point from when it went back? Nope. So if you got filled on a short here, your stop loss is still here. Unfortunately, because your swing failure pattern has not confirmed. Your swing fail only confirms after it can't breach the golden pocket and it makes a lower low. All right, Rikuki. And if you see it over and over and over, then you just trust your experience and what you've seen many, many times before. Sounds good? So if you know like the technicals and the rules, then, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But your swing fail, the thing that you said, oh, I closed my long, technically hasn't confirmed until you make a lower low. So it has to break that. Razi says, okay, I see, thank you. Yes. So yeah, make sure that you know what a single print is. A single print is a single letter. So literally all you have to do is look for the single letters. Alrighty. If you want like an indicator to just tell you, just turn on the single print. Okay, go to TPO settings and go check off the thing that says, show single print. It'll say show single print, check it off. If you want to turn that light on. But if you don't even know what a single print is, do not try to use it. I mean, you can, but I mean, I'm just telling you that don't cry when you get wrecked because you don't know what you're doing. So just remember who you're competing against, okay? This is not like glorified gambling. You need to know what you're doing. So it is still the weekend, you know, just go to YouTube. This is like the way that it happens, okay? People hear something they don't know. For example, bad high, single print. Okay. You've got one guy, type 1, immediately Googles and YouTubes the terms. Okay. Then you got type 2, where immediately asks in chat, what is that? You got type 3, doesn't do anything. Okay. And then from here, you have subsets of type 2A, asks, but still nerds out individually. Type 2A, asks and doesn't nerd out. Which one are you? And if you know, fact, only about 5 to 9% of retail traders win. So which person do you think has the highest chance of actually juicing? This is just the rules of the jungle. Okay? I don't make the game. You know, I don't set the rules. So you got to figure out which one are you. First things first, ladies and gentlemen, what did we say all day yesterday? These are what? Bad highs. You have a very high probability that you're going to get those swept. Gucci Magucci. So what did we talk about yesterday? That these were bad highs and they had a high chance to get swept. Sounds good? So you identify the sweep level and you wait for the sweep to happen, right? If you want to get hyper aggressive and if you want to try to get in here, be my guest. But the book says swing high, swing low. If that is really a swing failure pattern, it will not lose the golden pocket. So Kimba box. Assuming that you did the classical 1, 2, 3, 4, you wouldn't have gotten the 3 and 4 filled. So you would have 30% of your position filled, and your average entry is probably around like right above the 6.6, right? In the morning, we were talking about you don't move your stop loss yet. You move your stop loss after that low is broken. That low has now been broken. So now you have your stop loss at break even. You can't lose. Okay? Your target, when we talked about taking this short right here last night, your first TP1 was that PDEQ. So that was your first TP1. Some of you guys have your next TP right there. And some of you guys want to even get a full rotation all the way down to the bad lows. That's okay. So if you are more bearish than you are bullish, you identified the sweep. You knew that the shorts here were not a good idea because these are bad highs. You waited, you got the fib, your risk is managed, and now you have a free trade. And some of you guys hopefully even got a little bit of TP1. So we talked about this yesterday. Okay? So hopefully, if you are bearish, you juice the fuck up, because literally everything that we talked about is happening. Swing fail, golden pocket retrace, the level is lost. It's going to try to do a bearish retest now, right? So if you're short, you would want that level to be lost. You do not want to get back in and do that. Then that was just a swing failure pattern to stop out all the longs, and we're going to clear. Any questions? Everything that we talked about yesterday, look at this. Bad high, swept, be patient. You don't have to take the first one. Get the golden pocket retracement. You broke the lower low. Now your stop loss is at break even. You can't lose, and maybe you got even your first TP1 tapped. So hopefully you were paying attention yesterday, or you watched the YouTube highlights, and this was very, very easy. Okie dokie. And that already swept, so I'm going to actually move this to here now. Any questions? McCallum says, but they are all bad highs. Yes, again, these are bad. Okay? So, for example, if you're in a short, you can decide right now if you want to maximize profits and close the rest here, but that's also your bearish retest, right? Your entry is probably right around here. So yeah, like stop loss break even here, stop loss break even here. You know, maybe have one stop loss in profit, have two stop loss in profit, you could have 5 stop losses in profit if you wanted. But you never, like if you know that these are bad, chances are you probably wouldn't want to put them like in between. You might want to front run that. Okay. So that's it. Something that you would think about if you were going to long it is that they've been leaving bad lows on its way up. Okay, so these are bad. This is bad, mega bad, and this is bad too. So sometimes, Jimbao, you know that they're not gonna leave a bad high. They don't leave bad highs and bad lows when they're gonna leave the range. So in an interesting twist of fate, Jimbao, if you were going to long this, you actually want to sweep this first. Does that make sense? I don't know if you want to long this if they don't. So if this does this, if it gets rejected at the TPO point of control, and this is just a bearish retest of the value area high that we were talking about, then the longing this becomes less probable. Okay? If you want this to be a bullish reaction, then you want them to clean this and then do that. But if it starts to leave that, you might want to wait for the 59 to get swept. It's so you have to take all that into consideration. And you also know that the traditional markets are coming back in a little bit too. Yeah, but it's interesting, right, Jimbao? It's always if one, then two. If this, then this. So you know that they're leaving bad lows behind. And so if you want some sort of play there, you would actually want this to get swept first. If that doesn't get swept first, then the probability of this working out is lower. It might still work, but since you want to leave the range, you would want them to clean that, then that becomes okay. But if they don't do this first, I don't know about this. This becomes a little bit lower probable. And that's just structure play, you know? That's like the basic stuff that you learn when you learn TA. So yep, that does remind me, you covered that yesterday, I believe. Yeah, we've talked about it quite some time. So can you lower the music? Sure. If I don't see you guys later, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow pre-market. Y'all, daily candle close, weekly candle close in 2 more hours. Have a great Sunday. If I catch you later, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. We already talked about this though, because CME didn't sweep the bad high, motherfucker. Okay, but if it also does it, get nasty, right? Oh my goodness, the math is the math. Quit playing with me. You guys are prepared. Dawn says, Vol just went crazy. Yeah, they thought I had left. They thought I had left. And guess what? I'm going to say goodbye again. In 3 seconds after that, you can expect more volatility. All right, I'm out of here. Peace, everybody. Here it comes.